480 BC. The largest empire the world has ever seen is on the march. Xerxes, king of kings, son of Darius, ruler of more nations than there are stars in the Persian sky, has sworn to drown Greece in blood. His army is beyond counting. Herodotus says 2 million combatants. Modern scholars say 300,000 to 400,000 combat troops plus twice that in support. Either way, it is the biggest invasion force in history up to that point. He has crossed the Hellespont on a bridge of boats. He has whipped the sea itself when a storm broke his first bridge. He believes he is a living god. And standing in his way is one narrow pass, and one man who was born to die in battle. Leonidas, king of Sparta. This is Thermopylae, the 3-day bloodbath that changed the fate of Western civilization. Welcome to Commander's Archive. You think you know the story of the 300 because of the movie. Today we burn the Hollywood version and give you the raw, unfiltered, ancient truth. The real numbers. The real tactics. The real betrayal. The real body count. And most importantly, why 3 days of slaughter at a place the Greeks called the Hot Gates saved everything you know as Western civilization. This is going to be brutal. Let's march. 480 BC. 10 years after Marathon. Darius the Great is dead. His son Xerxes has spent for years preparing the mother of all revenge campaigns. He wants Greece crushed, Athens burned, Sparta enslaved. He assembles the largest multinational army ever seen. 10,000 elite Immortals, the Persian royal guard who wear gold jewelry into battle. 10,000 Median and Persian heavy cavalry. 40,000 light infantry from every corner of the empire. Indian war elephants. Scythian horse archers. Egyptian marines. Phoenician and Greek traitor triremes. 1,200 warships that stretch from horizon to horizon. He cuts a canal through Mount Athos so his fleet won't wreck again. He builds the pontoon bridge across the Hellespont, 674 meters of boats lashed together. When a storm destroys it, he orders the sea whipped 300 times and branded with hot irons. This is the man coming for Greece. Meanwhile in Sparta, the oracle at Delphi has given a prophecy: either Sparta will be destroyed by the Persians, or a Spartan king will die. The Spartans are holding the Carnea festival, a sacred month where war is forbidden. But Leonidas is 47 years old, scarred from a lifetime of war, and he knows this is his moment. He handpicks exactly 300 Spartans, every single one a proven warrior with living sons so their bloodline survives. Each Spartan brings 7 to 10 helots, state slaves, as light troops and servants. He also takes 700 Thespians who volunteer to the last man, 400 Corinthians, 280 Apuntian Locrians, 1,000 Phocians, 900 Perioikoi, free non-citizen Spartans, 110 Mycenaeans, and a few hundred more. Total Greek blocking force at Thermopylae, between 7,000 and 7,400 men. Against maybe 250,000 Persians. But they have one thing the Persians don't: the terrain. Thermopylae, the Hot Gates, named after the sulfur springs. It's a pass only 15 meters wide at its narrowest point, between sheer cliffs and the sea. In 480 BC the sea came right up to the mountains, no way around. Behind the pass, a small hill called Kolonos where the Greeks will make their final stand. In front, the middle gate, rebuilt Phocian wall the Greeks repair in days. Leonidas places the Phocians on a hidden mountain path to guard the rear. He knows he can't win. He only has to delay. Every day he holds is another day Athens evacuates. Every day he holds is another day the Greek fleet can fight at Artemisium. This is the plan. Dawn, day 1. Persian scouts report the Greeks are doing calisthenic exercises and combing their hair. Xerxes is furious. He waits 4 days for them to run. They don't. On day 5 he attacks. First wave, 10,000 Medes and Scythians, light infantry with wicker shields and short spears. They charge the narrow pass. Spartans lock shields in perfect phalanx, 8-foot bronze-tipped spears leveled. The Medes crash into a wall of bronze. The spears punch through wicker like it's paper. When the front rank tires, Spartans rotate fresh men forward, the famous dancing tactic. Bodies pile so high the second wave literally climbs over their own dead comrades. By sunset the Medes are broken. Persian dead, 6,000 to 8,000. Greek dead, less than 20. Xerxes is losing his mind. He sends his personal bodyguard, the 10,000 Immortals. They march in perfect formation, golden pomegranates on their spear butts, silver scales on their armor. They have never lost a battle. They charge. Same result. Spartan spears find gaps in the scale armor. The narrow pass means only 20 to 30 men can fight abreast. Immortals fall in heaps. When their spears break, Spartans draw short Xiphos swords and fight like demons. One famous story, a Spartan named Leonidas is told Persian arrows will blot out the sun. He laughs, "Good. Then we will fight in the shade." By nightfall another 9,000 to 10,000 Immortals are dead. Total Persian losses after 2 days, over 20,000 men. Greek losses, still under 100. Xerxes is tearing his robes in rage. Xerxes is desperate. He offers 300 talents of gold, roughly 8 tons, to any man who can show him a way around the pass. A local Greek from Marlies named Ephialtes steps forward. For money and a Persian title, he reveals the Annihilated path, the hidden mountain trail that climbs the ridge and comes down behind the Greek position. It is guarded by only 1,000 Phocians. At midnight, Xerxes sends Hydans and the 10,000 fresh Immortals up the path. They march all night with local guides. At dawn, the Phocians see the Persian helmets glinting in the sunrise. Instead of holding the narrow trail where 1,000 could stop 100,000, the Phocians panic and retreat to a higher hill. The path is open. The trap is sprung. The Persians attack from front and rear at the same time. The Greeks retreat to the small hill of Kolonos behind the Phocian wall. They form a perfect circle of bronze. Spears break. They fight with swords. Swords break. They fight with daggers, fists, teeth. Leonidas is one of the first to fall, for arrows in the chest, then a spear through the face. The Spartans fight over his body like lions, dragging it back for times when the Persians try to take it. Aristodemus, the only Spartan who survived, sent away with an eye infection, later kills himself from shame. The Thespian commander Leonidas dies laughing, still cracking jokes as arrows hit him. One Spartan, Pantites, had been sent on a diplomatic mission and missed the battle. He hangs himself when he returns home. By noon every single Spartan, Thespian, and most the bands are dead. The last survivors make a final charge downhill into the Persian mass and vanish. Persian dead, modern estimates 25,000 to 40,000, ancient sources claim 100,000 plus. Greek dead, approximately 4,000 over the 3 days, including the final 1,400 heroes. Xerxes walks the battlefield in shock. He orders Leonidas' body beheaded and crucified on a cross. He buries thousands of his own dead in mass graves to hide the scale of the disaster. He personally visits the wounded Immortals and weeps. His army is bleeding, demoralized, and now terrified of Greek hoplites. Those 3 days were everything. Athens evacuates every citizen across the sea to Salamis and Troezen. The Greek fleet at Artemisium fights the Persians to a draw and retreats in perfect order. The Persian army is forced to march slowly south, burning empty cities, while their fleet is wrecked at Artemisium. 1 month later at Salamis, Themistocles annihilates the Persian navy. 1 year later at Plataea, 100,000 Greeks destroy the remnants of Xerxes' land army. Without Thermopylae's delay, Athens falls in days, the fleet is trapped, Greece is enslaved, and everything we call Western civilization, democracy, philosophy, science, theater, is strangled in its cradle. Never forget the forgotten heroes. The 700 Thespians who volunteered to die with the Spartans. The 900 helots per Spartan who fought as light troops. the Phocians and Locrians who held the wall the first 2 days. The thousands of Greek sailors at Artemisium who bled the Persian navy at the same time. Thermopylae was not 300 vs a million. It was 7,000 free Greeks buying time with their lives so the rest could live free. 31:50, the epitaph that still echoes. After the war, the Greeks erected a stone lion at Thermopylae for Leonidas. And the most famous epitaph in history, written by Simonides. Translation: Go tell the Spartans, stranger passing by, that here, obedient to their laws, we lie. So there it is. The bloodbath that delayed Persia long enough for Greece to rise and change the world forever. Leonidas and his 300 didn't win a battle. They won history. Drop your thoughts below. Was Thermopylae the greatest last stand of all time? Who deserves more credit, the Spartans or the Thespians? If this hits 200,000 likes, we do Salamis, the sea battle that saved the West next. Smash that like button until it breaks. Subscribe. Turn the bell on. This is Commander's Archive. Molen Labe. We'll see you on the next shield wall.